What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Elizabeth, and this is the Joyful Sojourn, a community of people that love stationery and planning, doing things creatively, and if that sounds like it's something you would be interested in being a part of and spending time with us again in the future, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Today, I'm so excited because I checked my mailbox yesterday and I had an additional package from Cocoa Daisy. If you don't know this already, I'm a member of their design team. And so I do get their kits, well, some of their kits in advance to show you before you subscribe. And I already have an unboxing and plan with me using the kits I normally receive from Cocoa Daisy on my channel. And I will list it down in the description box so that you can go and see the Bible journaling sticker kit, the deluxe journaling kit, the stamp subscription, and what's the other one? The stationery? Yeah, stationery kit. Well, today, got this in the mail. We're going to play with the creative kit, which I have never seen before. I've never used before, but I'm going to unbox it, show you what is in the creative kit for July 2025. We're going to set up a page in the Simple Daisy, which is a traveler size notebook. And this is available now. Like, I checked before clicking record, I did check, and this kit, the creative kit, is available for purchase now. I will leave an affiliate link in the description box. If you ever decide to shop from Cocoa Daisy, I hope you'll consider shopping with my link that tells Cocoa Daisy that you like my content, that you are learning about Cocoa Daisy through me, and I would get a small commission off of your purchase, which of course helps support my family and allows me to keep putting creative content out there. So thank you for shopping. And I did learn after posting my last video, my discount code is Joyful10. That is a one-time code. So once you've used it once, you won't be able to use it again, but it does work on kits. So if you wanted to pick up some kits today, if you wanted to pick up the creative kit, shop with my link in the description box and then use that one-time use code Joyful10. And I would say that while you're there, since it is a one-time code, look through the rest of the shop if Cocoa Daisy is new to you. I often will go through the regular shop and look for stamps and rub-on transfers from previous releases, and I'll add those to my cart while I still have the discount code. That's what I would do. So let's take a look at the creative kit, and these ship in June. So I get it early because I'm here to show it to you. So it is available. You can subscribe to the creative kit now. I think it's $25, $25.95. But again, if you're new to Cocoa Daisy, that Joyful 10 will save you 10% off of your first purchase. So let's see what is in the creative kit. And because I've already looked at the other kits that I have, I can pretty easily determine what is new or what is unique to this kit. And already I can see that there are several unique things to the creative kit, which I think is going to be great for anybody that just wants to play. If you are someone that likes to play on paper, then the creative kit is obviously going to be a fun one for you. Let's start with the washi tape. Let's get these all open. Oh, I'm struggling today, looking for that perforation. I mentioned this recently in a video that I got my nails done for Mother's Day, and the extra thickness, hold on, we're gonna have to open something up here. The extra thickness on my nails has been throwing me off. So let's see. Ooh. So again, you will have to go and watch my previous video to see the washi that was in the other kits for July, because there was washi in the other kits, but they were not these ones. So let's grab a piece of note paper. I should have been better prepared here. We're going to use this piece of paper. Very official. So this first one is it's a smaller diameter, and it looks like it's ombre. So, and actually, since this piece of paper is smaller, we'll go this way. So we've got a thin washi, and let's see how oh yeah, it's a very subtle ombre. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put another round of it down so you can see how the color changes. Let's move these guys out of the way. You guys, there's watercolor in here. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Okay, so washi number 1 is like a blue-gray ombre. That is beautiful. I will pull the piece of paper up closer to the camera so you can see it in just a moment. But let's get this one down. This looks like it's got like a compass, maybe an atlas as well. Let's do two strips of this. That is very pretty. So you get 2 washi in the July kit. Let's just get up close here so you can see them. There's your ombre. And then here's what they look like. This looks like a pretty quickly repeating pattern, but because of all that texture, I'm not sure that matters. And then I love this. I think that is so pretty. And I love it doubled up too, where they're kind of mixing and matching. That's lovely. So those are the 2 washi from the creative kit. Let's take a look at, let's look at the watercolor because these are new to me. So you get 2 watercolors from, these are Glimmer paints, Inkling Z. This is the color Blue Lagoon and Twinkling Z. Ooh, so are these must be finishes, Inkling and Twinkling, right? Blue Bayou and Blue Lagoon. So Blue Lagoon, yes, we're gonna play with these, and Blue Bayou. Fun. And I'm curious, I'll make sure I don't mix these up. There's no, I don't think there's any metal in this. Looks like plastic. But if you have like an on-the-go palette situation, I'm guessing you could add like a little sticky dot to this and stick it in. Oh my gosh, even more pretty out of the packaging. So we will play with these. Don't you worry, I have my Oaklanaise cup ready to go, along with my zebra brush pen. And going along with those paints, let's hope I don't forget which is which. We have a paintbrush. I like that they went with a really small one. And if watercolors are new to you, you don't need to have any additional tools. You've got something right here. Okay, so we need to really make sure I don't get in the way here. Okay, I'm gonna sit back down. So next we have die cuts, and if these are similar to what we've seen from the previous kits, these, oh, but these are different. They are different. They should be similar in that they are all stickers. So they're die cuts, but they have an adhesive backing on the back. So let me just show you what that looks like. So you do have die cut stickers. This is adorable. Merchants National Bank. Deposit, like a deposit slip. That's pretty. We've got some fish. Love the turtle. The turtle is already iconic in my planner in a couple places, actually. We've got some fish, some shells. Now, these are all different than what I've got in my other kits. But if you're looking for more paper die cuts, I believe it was the deluxe journaling kit that has paper die cuts. It also had large tabs, whereas these are small tabs. So you remove the adhesive and you fold this over and you can create a tab on your planning page or on your journal. So there are tabs in the deluxe journaling kit, but they are much larger. And these die cuts are different, are different things. They're different shapes, different types of fish. There's one similar to this, I think, in the, might have been a clear one. The clear die cuts are in the stationery kit. And then this is unique to this one, the weekend banner. Neither of the stationery or the deluxe die cut stickers had a weekend sticker like that. So here are the stickers from the creativity kit or creative kit. Oh man, these nails are just being extra. Let's just brush these off the table. Now this I am very curious about. Cute little craft paper envelope here. Ooh, these are journaling cards. Well, not journaling cards because they're small, but these are like, yeah, they're like journaling cards. These are not, they don't have an adhesive backing. So you're going to need a glue stick or a glue runner, liquid glue, tape, whatever. But let's check out all of the different cards we have here. Ephemera, I guess. I would say this is like ephemera. And I'll read some of these in case they are difficult to see. Cherry on top would be if these had an adhesive backing as well, but I'm guessing there's an additional cost to that. And they already give us so many stickers in these kits, so maybe it's fine that these are just, you know, with the paper backing. Let me zoom in so you can see them a little bit better. So we've got Sea, La Vie, Sea, Sand, and Sun. If lost, please return to the sea. Life is a beach. Enjoy the waves. Heat wave. Story. Every seashell tells a story. And relax. Live for the moments you can't put into words. As free as the ocean. This was a good idea. Collect moments. Making memories. Smooth sailing ahead. But where, after all, would be the poetry of the sea were there no wild waves? And ocean brand identity. Premium quality. So it's like branding. So these... I think this is, with these guys, they feel more scrapbooky to me, but I think a lot more people are starting to discover Cocoa Daisy for planning and memory keeping, which memory keeping is scrapbooking in some ways. I think memory keeping is just more broad than scrapbooking, and I think these kind of toe the line for people that are planners and journalers, maybe junk journalers that want to get a little bit more papery, like scrap papery people. This is kind of a good like entry point for them. So I'm excited to play with these. We might use them today, but we'll find out in just a couple of minutes. You get 2 white tags. These can be good for memory keeping. You could just decorate them. Maybe we'll paint on these today and then glue them down in the Simple Daisy. But they're just a nice cardstock with that tag appearance, which is fun for layering. So we'll see what we can do with these, how creative we can be. You also get 3 sticker sheets. Let's take a look at these. So we have our days of the week, and we've got some functional ones as well. Appointment, takeout, water plants, to-do list, takeout, to-do list, water plants, appointment. So we've got 1, 2, 3 appointment stickers. We've got 2 water plants. We've got 2 to-do lists and 2 takeouts. Smile, your box of happy is here. Oh, that's cute. So you could pop this sticker into your planner when you get your monthly subscription from Cocoa Daisy. That's cute. And then reveal day. Oh, that's cute too. Why do they put these only in the creative kit? Because I feel like these 2 stickers, the smile and the smile, your box of happy is here, and then the reveal day sticker would also be good for everybody, especially if you're a planner. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 weeks worth of days of the week. So you could easily set up your planning pages with these stickers. You have decorative stickers here on paper. Super cute. I think the aesthetic this month or for July is really nice. And then this is a fun sheet as well. So when you combine your days of the week with your dates of the week, you can use these on your monthly. They're small enough for your monthly. I think they're big enough too for a mid to small sized planner on your weekly pages. And you could combine these 2 together. And then you could supplement, like spell out your month with these alphas. I like these paper alphas. I think they're really nice and clean and neutral. And this is kind of a fun kind of starter pack for Cocoa Daisy stickers. You got your deco, you've got your functional, and then additional icons in the center for shopping, coffee, going to the gym, meal prep, birthdays, etc. So that's a fun little bundle of stickers. And then the last item in here, which is a very strong yes for me, is their rub-on transfers. Some of the best items from Cocoa Daisy, in my opinion, are their rub-on transfers. They go on so lovely. They are full image, full color. They add 0 bulk to your planning pages if you're using them in a planner or in a journal. If you're using a the Tomoe River paper, if you're using that really thin Japanese paper of any kind, any brand made in any location, the rub-on transfers are the way to go because they add zero bulk. You are transferring color to color. You're not adding a sticker sitting on top of paper. So these have been a game changer for me in my AMW planner. So I'm a big fan of these, and I can see that some of the images are, yeah, they look different than the rub-on transfers that you get in the deluxe journaling kit. So very happy that there is an additional sheet now in the July collection for me. So that is everything. Rub-on transfers, die cut stickers, 3 sticker sheets, your tags, your watercolors, 2 watercolors, and these are going to change every month. So you don't get attached to the watercolors. You don't get watercolors in the creative kit every month. You're going to get a different creative play item in your box every month. And this month happens to be these watercolors. You've got the tags, and of course you get the washi tape. So now that we have seen the creative kit for July, let's play, shall we? I have to play with the watercolor. That is just screaming to me right now. So let's move these stickers aside, and let's actually do this in my Simple Daisy. So I set up the Simple Daisy. Did I do a reel of, I don't think I did a reel of this. But this is also a subscription. If you want to get a new traveler's notebook every month, you can get, they have inserts, different size inserts and different sized notebooks like this. I like the Simple Daisy because it is not set up to be like planning pages. You can use it as a planner if you want to, but it goes back and forth between lined, graph, dot grid, and the pages have pattern on some of them and like imagery on some of them. But yeah, there's no structure like for planning pages. To me, this is like the ultimate, if you just want to have a themed traveler's notebook for the month, then the Simple Daisy subscription is the way to go. So let me just show you how I set this up using some of the other kit items. So I used alphas from, I think this was the Bible journaling kit to do Journal July. And I love clusters. I do a lot of clusters and layering, and I love the clusters here of the stickers. This is washi tape from this was a washi strip, a sticker strip, I think, going across here. And then opening it up from the deluxe journaling kit, I took the postcard with the July journaling prompts and I popped it into here. And then this was already decorated, but I added the month of July in the open space, and I added 5 shell stickers around it just to kind of fill this hole in. And then I kind of just set this up for general, like best of, like memory keeping for the month and for journaling prompts. So this was just plain graph grid. And I need to make sure that you guys can see me okay. Y'all can see me just fine. So this was graph grid, and then this was a pre-printed design. And so I added some paper strips. I added a sticker, added a July sticker. I added 2 boxes, more of the stickers, strip stickers, circle box here, a quote. These clear stickers were in the stationery kit. Yeah, I think this was the stationery kit that I used to decorate this. And I just like the way that this turned out. There were sticky notes in the stationery kit, and I glued them down to create boxes. And then I took my Matte Hop gel pen in blue and just added dots and like stitching basically around items that didn't seem framed enough to me. And I think this is probably one of the best things I do consistently when I'm using paper on paper. If I were to just lay the sticky note shell down, it would have kind of just blended into the paper, and adding the stitching around the outside just made it kind of look a little bit more 3-dimensional. And I just love the way that this looks. The next layout I did was a tag, must have been from the stationery kit, some washi, and then I did a whole bunch of stickers down here and a box tag actually for the word reflect, and then I just drew in some lines. So I'm really kind of, whenever I have time to do something creative, I'll pop over to this guy, maybe take a look at the journaling prompts, see how I'm feeling, and then kind of go ahead and start populating pages. Very rarely do I decorate and then immediately use the pages. This is just for fun for me to decorate, and then I come over to it and write in it when I have capacity. So we are going to, let's do another journaling type page using the Creative Kit. So I'm gonna grab a clip here, pop this in, and when you get a really textured or colored page like this in your Simple Daisy or whatever you're working in, this is where you want to put in some functional stuff with the sticky notes or tags like this. And so I think it would be nice to, I might leave this open and maybe just set this up for one of the journaling prompts, perhaps. Or I could just put, I don't know if, let's see, is there anything about, I kind of want to do like a travel. Oh, what's your ideal July vacation? Why don't we use that as a prompt? I'm not going to answer that in this video. I'm not going to write in it, but let's actually just set this up. Now, I think it's time to play with the watercolor, and maybe we just do that right here. I think it would be fun to use. So I brought this. Do we want to actually use this? If you have a water brush pen and you want something a little bit thicker, bigger, more bristles, maybe jump over to that. But I kind of just want to play. So what I should do, kind of want to test out these colors. Let's grab, I'm going to grab a piece of paper from my Archer and Olive notebook because I just want to see how these perform. So I'm just going to dip this in the water. And I'm not a watercoloring expert, so if you are, don't judge me. I'm just here to learn and grow and play with you guys. So I'm going to try to pick up a good amount of color here. And I just want to see what this looks like. Ooh, there's definitely like an iridescence to it. Let's get a little bit more pigment here. Just kind of spread this out and see. I want to see what this color looks like. Ooh, I already feel super relaxed. That's why it's so great about this. Okay, now I want to see if I can get less. I think we need to get this more wet. Really get this guy moving. Okay, so now we can see the color a bit better. All right, so there's our, what was it? Blue, not Blue Lagoon. This one was Blue by You. And let's get into this one. This guy is pretty. Let's really get this guy wet. Ooh, this is very pearly. Oh my goodness. That is very pretty. Very, very pretty. Love that. Now, what if could we mix them together? We can. Kind of muddies it a little bit, but actually, that's actually pretty. Okay, so I don't know how long this is going to dry, which is going to make for an interesting video, but let's just get in here. Now, I know it just looks like it's wet, but there is a pearlescence for sure in the Blue Lagoon, and a little less obvious, actually, you can tell in this guy right here. It is also quite pearly. Now, I think based on how blue these are, I don't want to use the watercolor on this page, but I think it could be pretty. Ooh, this kind of has a travel vibe to it, doesn't it? That looks very travel-y to me. So maybe we'll just create a fun little travel page on here, and it's just like places I want to visit, just for kicks. And I think I'm going to put the places that I'd like to visit on this card. And in order to make it pop, I think I'm going to paint around the outside of this. So I'm going to grab more of the Blue Bayou, and I want this to stand out on the page. So I'm gonna just paint all the way around this. Kind of loosey-goosey. I kind of like the way it looks messy. So we're gonna let it be messy. Yeah, I think that's pretty. Grab a little bit more water. That was more painty than I wanted. I'm trying to be careful here so I don't do that again. See if we can kind of dirty it up a little bit more. There we go. If you want to go super creative, there's so much you could do with these watercolors. But I'm going to keep it kind of functional, a little bit of fun for the sake of this video, so it's not too long. And actually spreading it out, it's drying nicely. But see how that looks on the page? That looks pretty cool. Maybe we should add some of this pretty Blue Lagoon. Really get it going. And I wonder if I could just kind of almost adds like this little bit of pearl highlight on it. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty, and I'm having fun. So my daughter is napping right now, and we don't have daycare for her until the beginning of June. I don't know when this video is being posted, but let me tell you, we're in the middle of May. And so I don't know how frequently I'm going to be able to get out into the office and do something creative for myself. But let me tell you, I'm going to do what I can to do that, because I think it's so important for me to have a hobby and the identity that God has given me, and to live that out in addition to being a mom and doing things for her. I want her to see me doing things that I enjoy. And because that tells her that it's good to pursue creative things and, you know, to play. I want her to see her mom playing and enjoying other areas of life other than just living for her like she's the center of the world. I love my daughter, but she is not my source. You know what I mean? So I love moments like this where I can just sit out here and play while she's napping. And I hope I can find that space and time for the next few weeks. And I hope you can too. I hope that you, amidst the busyness of summer, especially if you are a mom with kids that do not have school or an after-school program right now, or summer camp hasn't started yet, hope that you can find some space to play with some watercolor. Let me get up close here so you guys can see. Look at that. How pretty is that? Now, I didn't get all crazy with the watercolor, like painting a portrait or like, you know, something complicated. I just used it as an accessory to dress up this tag. and I think that looks pretty. I kind of want the tag to look a little worn around the opening. So why don't we, this might be a little bit harder, but I wonder if I can mimic that kind of worn look around the outside. Can I do it without messing it up? I wonder if I can. It dries pretty quick. I'm impressed. It dries quick in a good way, I guess I should say. So I'm just kind of wearing in that a bit. Try to get really close to the punch. Yeah, I think that looks cool. Very, very cool. And I think we should also create a little bit of structure with the, I like that ombre washi tape a lot, so I want to play with that. That's all I'm going to do with the watercolor. So if you got the creative kit, the creativity kit, or what is it? Creative kit. If you get the creative kit and you see these watercolors and you're new to watercoloring like I am and you are super overwhelmed, just do a wash of color on something. Just play with water, play with different amounts of water in the watercolor, because you can see, like, if you really blow it out, you can create almost like an alcohol ink look. If you want it really rich and pigmented, a little less water, more paint, and just play. Like, I'm not a watercolor expert, but I saw this and I was like, this is fun. What can we do with it? And so I hope that you feel encouraged to, don't freak out if you see something in the creative kit that's new to you. Just try it. Like, there's no wrong way to do this. And, you know, I just wanted to play, and I have a cute tag that is not overly complicated, that has a slightly different look to it, and that's going to pop out really nicely on my Simple Daisy, because that can just pop in right here. Now, I want to do, I could have this be like places I want to visit. So I'm using the journaling prompts, right, as a really rough, I mean, they're meant to be prompts, right? Like something to get you going. So I kind of want to go with the ideal July vacation and just be like summer vacation wish list, like places I want to go in the summer. And maybe this is like top place to visit, and it can go here. So let's actually do a full 2-pager, and hopefully I don't take up too much time here. I love that we have the alphas. Ideally, I'd like to be able to do this all in one, like only use the creative kit. So we've got this label here from the die cuts, and I could throw that down. But then I also, let's see, T-O-P, top, P-L-A-C-E-S, top places, T-O, to, or maybe I just do vacation, V-A-C-A-T-I-O-N. So we can do vacation. Why don't we just do that first? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So I'm going to lay down some washi just to get the vibes going. And we'll come back to that in a moment. We're going to do a 2-pager. It's going to be somewhat blank because, actually, it's going to be somewhat blank because I obviously am going to want to fill it out. Let me use some thinner scissors. I'm going to cut this into a flag. Usually I rip my washi, but I'm kind of feeling like creating a banner look. So I'm just cutting basically a triangle out of this, and we'll do it on both sides. Lay that down pretty straight, or yeah, I think we're going to do that. We'll do it on both sides. So I'm just creating like a flag here. Rotate this guy and cut there. It's not perfect, but kind of gives that Bujo look, which is nice. definitely did not cut that short enough. So hold on. I have to redo this. I think I needed to cut this a little bit smaller. All right. So again, I'm just going to cut and cut. There we go. Okay, so we've got a little banner, which is crooked. Ah, sweet niblets. Let's lift this guy up and just relocate him. Thankfully, most washi tapes lift really well. And let's try again. I want to use the tag sticker on the other side, which is why we are creating a... Did I do it in the same? Sweet niblets. Let's go this way. That's why we're using the washi to create a flag. That is definitely crooked. But you know what? Judge-free zone, guys. We're just playing here. So, we're going to do... Let's do a little bit more washi. I think I want a little bit. I kind of like the... I want to frame this out because I liked the look of the doubled up ombre because it's different colors. I think that looks cool. So I'm going to layer it like this just for a little decorative element on the bottom. I oftentimes will use washi like this just to kind of fill the page because I do think it can be overwhelming sometimes to, yeah, I feel like you've got to like fill everything in. Like you got to do all this writing. I'm just going to add a couple stickers down here just to kind of finish the bottom. So that kind of helps kind of just, I don't know, bring things up. And let's just add a floating fish here, just like that. Okay, so I want to do my header, and I was going to say vacation wish list. We're going to do vacation, then reassess my letter situation, what all I have. These are teeny, but look how they're going to pop on here. They're gonna stand out a lot better on the washi tape. So we're gonna do vacation. Now, I probably should be doing my favorite trick, which is laying them out on a ruler first. So then you know your spacing better, but this is just gonna have to be good enough. Vacation. My thought was if we finish vacation and don't want to go all the way, I can write out off the banner with a pen the rest of the header. So we'll do a vacation wish list. Yeah, I really have been liking setting up decorative pages whenever I have time, and then just, yeah, if it's sitting there, I can just populate it with the writing. I'm not having to do the memory keeping or the journaling at the same time as the decorating. Vacation. Vacation. I could just do a vacation list and then underneath it put the places I want to visit, like as a subheader. Vacation list. Let's do that. Let's just do list because I know that I have enough letters for it. So vacation list. I think this is a fun way to use these stickers. Definitely get yourself some tweezers. It is helpful. And then I can look back on it and go, oh, like, oh, I always wanted to visit this place. Okay, so vacation list. So the journaling prompt that encouraged me to do this was the favorite places to visit in July, I think is what it was. But here I'm just gonna, it's kind of like the Lail by Mail vibes of like listing, creative listing. I've really been getting into this as a method of journaling. So we're just gonna have this open now for a vacation list. And, you know, if I wanted to add a little bit of color, I could with the watercolor. I do think we should add a little bit of structure, and maybe this is where should we do some stamping? I wasn't going to add any additional items to this because I wanted it to be a bit of a standalone, but I'm gonna grab these Cocoa Daisy numbers. I purchased these from the website. Like I said at the beginning, it's nice to check and see if there are items a la carte that aren't a part of the kits that are available. And these I think were part of the like minimal planner collection, something like that. I've had them for a while. I don't know if they're still available, but this is where, you know, you kind of get fun. You get to be creative. And oh, you know what we could do is we could stamp these, and because they're hollowed out, wait, I didn't grab the one first. Because they're hollowed out, we could watercolor in them. I'm gonna use the VersaFine pigment ink, which I'm pretty sure you can play around with. So I'm going to do as many numbers as I can fit on here. And then when I have time, I'm going to just write down a place I want to visit. Maybe I'll say why I want to visit it. And that will be a journaling prompt that I can follow up with in July. And you could go all the way down, or you could make it interesting. Do I want to make it interesting, or do I want to go straight down? I think I want to go straight down. So we're going to go straight down. I'm going to have to stand up for this just to make sure I can see okay. And I'm not going to write in this now, but how about I'll be sure to post a finished picture, or Cocoa Daisy will, on their Instagram account, maybe they'll post a finished picture so you guys can see what my vacation list looked like. But this is fun. I do need to move more quickly though, because my girl's probably gonna wake up soon. I am loving this, and I kind of want to play with the watercolor. I think we've got room for 5. We're gonna do 5 places I want to visit. Oh, I forgot I was gonna put a little like subheader, but oh well. I don't really have room for that unless I put it like down here. So I'm gonna let that dry for a moment. And I think we might try to add some watercolor to that. Let's let that dry. Let's move over to this side. And let's get this guy down. So do I want to go? Normally, like if we go back to this one, I am a big fan of, oh, my husband's coming in. Say hi, Josh.
Hi.
We share an office. So this tag I went wonky with, but I think I want to play this one straight. I want to do this guy right here. And I kind of want to cover the fragile. Ooh, that paint is already dry. That's nice. I think I want to cover the fragile just because that's not necessary to have that there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down this tag, and I might add a little bit of should I add lines to this guy or just leave it loosey-goosey? Usually, if I don't have any sort of like grid, if I don't have a grid or line or something, I tend to kind of write all over the place. So, did I get enough glue on there? Oh, I don't know. We'll over glue it just in case. So I think we will want to add a little bit of formatting there. And I'll just use a ruler for that. I think I have a stamp that's got lines on it. Ooh, I do have a stamp that has lines on it. It's a rubber stamp. I just got it recently. And I feel like it would be the right dimensions. Oh my gosh, where is it? Hold on, guys. Give me a mo. Give me a moment. Oh, man. Because I think that could be perfect. Give me 1 second. My desk right now is a hot mess. It's been worse, but it's been better. And I was just actually organizing my stamps. Oh, it's in here. Oh, yes. This is a Maple and Lark Bliss bin in the small size. I keep like my mini Lail by Mail icons, and then these are from Marian Bright. I keep all my like icons that I use for planning and stuff in one of these in my little planner tote. And I forgot this guy is here. This is from Printed Heron, and I think I could get two stamps in here. Printed Heron from Etsy. I will leave a link for them below if that's something that you're interested in, but I think that'll be a perfect fit. So we've got the tag in, and then I wanted to do a header, and I've got my header here. What do I want this to be? Is this like, these are places I want to visit, and this is like the ultimate dream, or things what I feel about travel? I don't know. What do you guys think should be a special call out here? I could just put the word travel. I could just journal about traveling. So maybe I'll just put the word travel here. And I'll just talk about traveling, I guess. I think Travel. I think what we're going to do is do the first and last letter, and then put this here. First and last, Travel. Trying to think about how I'm going to space this. Let's go with A. I don't know if I'm doing this the way I want to do it. I get all nervous. I'm all hot and bothered because my husband's in here now. Tra. We need a V and an E. I think I spaced that incorrectly. When it's an odd number, it's easier to do like first, last, and middle, and then you fill in from there. Or of course use the ruler hack that I do from time to time. But I think our E is a little bit too, or our L is a little bit too far away. So now I kind of want to move these a little bit. See if I can space them. I don't know why I don't use my own hacks sometimes. Because it would have been helpful in such a time as this. All right, it is definitely crooked, and that is not crooked, but it's not balanced. And that's something that will probably make me bananas. And do one more go. The other thing you can do, which I'm a big fan of, is just laying things wonky, because it's much more forgiving. By wonky, I mean like alternate back and forth like this. But I'm already committed to keeping these straight. So let me gently move these guys. Yeah, so maybe on this tag, I'll just write, I don't know, what I want my philosophy of travel to be, maybe what I hope for with my family, with a little one. Like, you know, I didn't travel a lot growing up, and mostly because it was cost prohibitive, and my parents owned a business, and so travel just wasn't, you know, we just wouldn't travel that often. We just didn't have the ability to do that. Here, this is how we're going to fix the balance. And so I know my parents provided everything that they could for my brother and I. But we just, yeah, we didn't travel a lot. We'd go on short, drivable trips. I don't think we ever flew anywhere. You know, we didn't go on trips to Hawaii. We didn't go to, well, we did go to Disneyland, but only because my grandma lived in Los Angeles. So it was drivable. We went there once or twice. But yeah, I definitely would like to give Esther an opportunity to see more, you know? Okay, so maybe this will just be like my travel philosophy, or what I hope for my family. Let's add lines onto the tag because I feel like I need it, and it'll help me with my writing. This is going to be a perfect fit. Oh yeah. The question is, can I make the second one aligned well? Not really, but that's okay. I'm not perfect here. What I could do is, do I want to add like a little washi? No. Do we want to add another sticker? I don't think this would work that great. You know, kind of something to distract it. Actually, not a terrible idea. To add just a little bit of something right there. I'll just add that right there. I think because there's so much going on, I won't notice that when the time, well, I'll notice it when I'm writing, but it's not that big of a deal. Let's go over to this side. I'm almost done. I do think it would be fun to add a little bit of color, and I think we should test, though, before we do this. I've been trying to be better about testing things out before going on my actual journal. So what I wanted to test was how the VersaFine does with watercolor up against it. So let's do one more Stampy Poo of a number, and then we'll see how the watercolor does with it, with the VersaFine. I'm sure those of you that are ink and stamp experts, you already know the answer to this. I think it's going to be fine with the watercolor, but I need to see it for myself first. So, dries really nicely on the Archer and Olive paper. Let's grab these guys. Let's grab my Oaklanaise cup. Rest in peace, Oaklanaise. Let's get the darker guy rolling, and oh yeah, we're totally fine. Totally fine. Is it bleeding the numbers at all? Or the lines? No. Okay, well, let's do a little bit of watercoloring with our numbers, and then we will call it a video. I'm trying. I know the last month or two, I've shown a lot of products and like reviewed a lot of products on my channel the last month or two. And I do want to be more intentional about putting more creative content here. So if you felt like, Elizabeth, like you're always showing us new stuff, I am. That's part of my job, right? Like part of my job is to show you stuff, not to get you to buy stuff, but to give you information so you can decide, whether or not you want to buy stuff. I'm just here to be the giver of information, but I can understand that it can be a bit much sometimes, and you might just want a little bit more creative play with me. And so I really hope that in the coming months, summer months specifically, you will be able to see more creative content like this. Granted, I'm showing you a new kit, but we're actually playing while we're doing it. I want to do more of that. So I just wanted to lay down some of this lighter color, like a little bit of a highlight. And I'm going to come back with the darker. And if they blend in a little bit, that's fine. But I kind of wanted it to look a little shiny and juicy, like the light's hitting it just right. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see really well that part of the 5 has that blue lagoon on it, which is really pretty. Watercolor is incredibly relaxing. I am loving it. My husband bought me watercolors, I think, for Christmas. Babe, was it Christmas?
I think so.
Or a birthday?
I think it was for Christmas.
So I have a beautiful set of watercolors that I've played with, but I haven't like really played with. And this is definitely motivating me to break out some of the things that I have. And that is always a good thing. Somebody comes out with something that just sparks that desire for play. I think it's just rad. So I don't know, I just might need to start getting into watercoloring. I'm not an artist, so like free form art, or painting, actual things like still life and stuff in a realistic way, like that will never be me, or at least unless I train myself and I learn, but I'm not really interested in using my time in that way. But I could see this being a really fun thing to do, like watercolor with stamps. Like if you've got some line art stamps, use the right ink and you can watercolor in your stamps. So you don't have to create original art, although what is original is how you blend your colors and how you combine things. So yeah, I think that still counts as art. Now this guy dried really fast, so I kind of want to blend that a little bit more color there. And I will say that we do have some like bleeding on the back here, but I'm not adding so much watercolor or water really that the page is wrinkling. It's not wrinkling at all. And that could be because of the clip, but yeah, I'm not adding that much water. So, all right, I think we should leave it just like that. Got a little bit of like blue lagoon in there. And when that dries, it's going to give us a really beautiful glow. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. All right, friends, I will leave everything that I used here. If I miss something, let me know. But I will leave everything that I used here in the description box. Of course, I wanted to highlight the creativity kit, which is brand new to me, that Coco Daisy sent me Got it yesterday. And this is so fun. I don't know what the extra creative element is going to be in future months, but I know for this month, the watercolor is lovely. I think the stickers that they provide in this kit are so good, whether you are planning or journaling or just want to get into some creative play. So I think those are a nice element. And then we didn't even get into the rub-on transfers, which is one of my favorite things from Coco. Oh, we didn't use the journaling card. Hold on. I think we should throw one of these down. Maybe one of there were some. Travel and relax. I want to use one of these small ones. Heat wave. Maybe just the and relax. Let's add the and relax. Travel and relax. It's going to add a nice texture onto this page. It actually looks like it's pre-printed on there. So that's kind of cool, actually. I was going to start cleaning up, but now we're going to add one more thing. And then we will, or we could add it. That would be another way to cover up my boo-boo. I wonder if I could lift this guy up. We're going to plop this guy right here, and I'll just write around it. It's random, but, you know, when you get a kit like this, use the things. Use all the things. And relax. And actually, I'm going to go up higher to ensure that we can still write on the line down here. And then I'm going to lay that guy back down. There we go. See, you would never know at this point that there's, you know, something going on there. I feel like where this edge is, we need something else. So I'm going to add just add this guy here. I don't know if I like that. Let's see. Ooh, I kind of like this one better. Hold on, guys. One last change, and then we're going to call it a video. So, what was I saying? I was saying, check the description box. And if you want to see more from me and Coco Daisy, make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Always shop with my affiliate link if you can, please, especially if you've already used my discount code. That means that when you continue to shop from Coco Daisy moving forward, ooh, that could work. If you continue to shop with Coco Daisy, but you don't use my affiliate link, even if I referred you, they would have no way of knowing that. So it is helpful if you shop with my affiliate link, even if you've already used the discount code. What I like about these versus these is just the thickness. These are going to be a little bit thicker, the die cuts, than the sticker sheet. And it adds just kind of a nice texture. I don't think I'm going to do it, though. I think that changing to this guy kind of helped it out. All right, friends, questions, leave them down below. Affiliate link in the description box, discount code in the description box. Again, this was the creativity kit for Coco Daisy's July subscription. So you can order it now. It will ship at the beginning of June. So you will have this kit in June to prepare for July. And that's the way Coco Daisy does their stuff. You always get the kit in advance of the month that it is for. Coming out with me over on Instagram, my handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And if you want to hang out with me again, I sure hope that you do. I will be having more creative content, I hope, in the coming weeks and months, mixed in with my usual reviews and unboxings. And I think that's it. Until next time, friends, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today. Maybe write down a vacation list, places that you want to visit, maybe what your philosophy of travel is or what you hope for, what kind of culture in your family you want to create for love of travel. And I'll see you in my next video.